Hello friends, and welcome back to Restore You. It is Angela with another 15-minute ephemera project for us today. And before we get started, as always, thank you for those of you who subscribe and comment and give me suggestions on what you want to see. This specifically is geared towards beginners, so I hope that it helps all of those who have reached out and said, you know, I need to build my stash of ephemera. What can you help me with? Because I think this will do it. Excuse me. I also wanted to give a shout out to Christine and Cindy, as well as Tera. And Tera has a YouTube channel called Scribe Vibes. I will tag it in the description box. That's the V that's on the right-hand side, right next to the subscribe button. So I hope throughout this, if you are liking what you see, that you give it a little thumbs up. And if you haven't subscribed, go ahead and do that. But this is going to be, the first part is going to be simple, simple, simple. And the second part, I'm going to attempt to show you how to do these dangles. However, I am not a professional bead maker, so we will see how that goes. But for this, the reason that I did this, I did a little story on my Instagram about how to make whale tails. And as you know, the ever coveted whale tail punch that is from Stampin' Up! That went, that was retired quite some time ago, is extremely hard to get. And I have seen it for upwards of $70 for a punch. And I'm sorry, but I can't do that. I mean, that's just way too expensive to spend my crafting money on. So I just decided to figure out how to make my own, which I learned is very easy. So all you're going to need really to do this, it's as simple as having a punch. Now this is a 2-inch punch, and I do have, I think this is a 1-inch punch that I made some itty bitty whale tail tabs. And then just some paper. This happens to be one of my digitals, and oh my gosh, that's so cute. I wonder if I can get, oh, it won't work. But this is just one that was, I was practicing, or I was printing them out to see if they were how I wanted, and the ink wasn't quite great. So it went in my use it for a collage pile. So I thought, well, I might as well use it to make these. So all you're going to do is just punch out your circles. Let's do a couple baby ones too. Itty bitties. Let's see, I'm just tearing this apart. And those little chunks can go in our little mini clusters. Okay, let's do one more. Oh, I just made a mess. I took the slide off of the other one because it was driving me crazy. I should do the same with this, but these are smaller pieces, so. Okay, so now we have some additional punches. If you, oops, that is already, see how I didn't get that totally round? It's okay. We're going to make it work. All you need is circles, and a punch, you know, works best. You could certainly cut these, but I'm going to show you how to do them with a punch. So there's 2 ways. The first way, my preferred method, this is going to be totally less than 15 minutes, is I just hold this. Let's see, I'm going to hold it right here. Let's make sure. And I just kind of eyeball it, but I do try to make sure it's fairly straight. And like I said, there's no absolute science to this. You just kind of have to play with it. And I just kind of look and see. I'm trying to make this a little more succinct for all of you. See, it needs to be a little bit bigger. And if that's the case, just take off a little more smidge. Here's the only problem about having those. Now you've just made yourself a whale tail punch. It is literally that easy. And I just saved you $70. You're welcome. Here's the other way that you can make these. fold it in half first. And then I find this one for me a little bit harder because I don't get them necessarily as even. But you know, like I always say, it's not about perfection. If it works for you, that might be a little too short. See what I'm saying? It's not quite even on that side. And if that's the case, grab your scissors, which have eluded me, and you can just short up a little bit if you want. There, now it's perfect. All right, and that is all there is to it. So let's make these little 1-inch ones because I think these are so cute. Let me show you. So there's how tiny it is. Like, let's see, next to my scissors. Look how tiny that little thing is. Here are two that I did. This is out of vintage wallpaper. So let's just get a piece of paper here. Look at how cute that is. Oops. I have this zoomed in and I'm not used to that, but I want you guys to be able to see this, especially when I get to part 2. This one's just regular blue. And then this one, I put a little itty bitty tassel. So I really like these tiny ones. You could also do it this way. But now you're going to be doing these all day long and building up your stash. Let's see. Maybe because this is already like that, should we attempt to do it? Now, on this tiny one, obviously this little punch is not going to fit in between here and here. So I just use the side. And that is so tiny. Let's see how we do. Not too bad. Let's see what happens when we fold it in half. I could have done a little bit better. There we go. Teeny tiny whale tail tabs. And see, you don't get those with the punch from Stampin' Up! That no one can find because they didn't have a tiny one. Okay. So let me just show you one more time the 2 ways to do it. The fold it in half method. And with the tiny punch, you're just going to go on the side of your punch. I think this one's ready for a little aluminum foil. By the way, if you're not privy to that little tip, if you have punches like these and they get kind of dull and they're not punching like you would like, just take some aluminum foil. I take mine and fold it like maybe 3 or 4 times and then just punch through that aluminum foil until it, to you, feels like it's a lot more, oh, that won't work. A lot more sharp. Gee, mini Christmas. Okay, let's do this, this one this way. Okay, so then your second way to do that is just kind of eyeball it. I hold it with my thumb right here so I kind of know where the center is about. And ta-da! And you can make these like a lot bigger if you want. Take out a big chunk and make the middle really small. I don't know what that's going to look like, but we're going to find out. Oop, not big enough. That's okay. Here we go. That one wasn't perfect, but... So now you have a thinner one. Yeah, it's okay. It wasn't even. You could even save these little babies if you want. Those would make cute little leaves. Maybe we'll just save those. Put them over here. Okay, so that's all there is to it. Now if we want to make them pretty, I'm going to show you how to use your eyelets or grommets, whatever you want to call them, and to make little dangles. So these are just some I experimented with. They are very, well, they're very easy. I am not, like I said, a bead artist. So I do have a video that I think she does a fantastic job explaining how to make these little dangles. Her name is Yvette, spelled Yvette, Quale, Quale, and she has a YouTube channel. She's also relatively new, but she is, well, I would say she's a professional bead artist, and she has a great video on making the dangles and using them on the whale tails. So if I don't do a good enough job explaining this, please hop over to her channel. All right, so these already have the eyelets in them. And if you are new, and there are eyelet setters that just come with these little eyelets that you basically just take this little tool. I have one somewhere. You take a little tool. It's just like, let's just say it's round like this. It goes inside of the middle of it after you've punched your hole in the paper, and then you tap down on it, and that will set your eyelet. You could improvise by just using some type of heavy object, but for this, we are going to use my crocodile, and I'm going to use the small hole because these aren't terribly big. I mean, if you have bigger hole punches, knock yourselves out. I mean, go for it. And I'm just going to punch a few of these. This is a great mass make. Like, you could make 20 or more of them in a real hot minute by just punching all of your whale tail tabs, punching all of your holes for your eyelets, and then setting all of your eyelets. So we got a blue one there. Let's find another one. And over here, let's see. So you can't see this. This is my little, I actually just added this to my everyday supplies because I was tired of not, you know, I would normally use these kind of little things, but then I have them all neatly tucked away, put away, and then I don't use them. And so I don't make little dangles, and I don't use my brads and my grommets like I should. So I just made a little random, tiny little container full of items that then I have at the ready, and I separated those from my other, you probably watched the video on making the bread tabs. And if you did, you saw that I have this, just this little bucket of little container, tiny container full of items that I think, oh, I could do something with those. And so I separated them, and now I've got little embellishments and whatnot. So then I'm going to go ahead and do this first one. I want you to see on the side. You have the female end here, and then you have your resistance end. And this one is a little bit larger. This one is the smaller one. And I'm just going to squeeze it together like that. And there it is. All pretty. And I can't read, so I can't tell. There's only two of these. There's this little one, and then if you flip it this way, there's the bigger one, but I can't remember. And so for your bigger eyelets, I can't remember what sizes they are. And there's directions. I mean, they don't leave you out in the cold here. But now what that's done is that's popped it together. So then on the side of your book page, or whatever you wish to put this embellishment on, you're just going to slide it on here and glue it down. Easy peasy lemon squeezy. Okay. Hope you guys are all doing awesome. It's this is going to be a bonus video, I think. When am I doing this? When am I posting this? Oh no, this is airing on a Friday. What is going to be a bonus video is what I will be doing right after this one. I'm so excited. I've been promising you guys that I would show you how I dyed the eggs, the Easter eggs, using men's neckties. And so I got everything going upstairs, and the whole upstairs smells like vinegar. But we're going to do that next, and that will air as a bonus tomorrow. So you'll be all ready for Easter. Your eggs will be dyed. Okay. So we've got all of these done. We're ready to roll. We're ready to create some little baby dangles. So let's just put one of these on that I've already created. This one, I just had these cute little safety pins, and I just put a couple little beads and stuck them on there. So the easiest way for, and I used to make this mistake all the time, probably one of the reasons I did not like beading. Let's see if you can see this better if I do this. Okay, so right at the very top where my thumb is, you can see that little, where the jump ring opens. What you're gonna do, and you could use your fingers, but for this, I'm gonna show you. I can't zoom any farther. Let's see. Okay, hang on, kid. All I'm going to do is take my other set of pliers, and these are needle nose pliers. One's rounded tip. If you have those, great. You can, use other appliances to get it. And then I'm just going to twist. This is really hard to do when I'm sorry. Twist it apart this way. See how I did that? Do not pull it apart. I used to do that all the time. You'll never get it to go back together, and you'll just get frustrated, and then you'll be like, I'm terrible at making these bead things. That's why, probably, because they all fall apart. That was why I didn't like them. And see, now it goes together. Oh, I'm so sorry, you guys. I'm certainly not used to it. And I still have a little bit kind of apart. Gee, Louise, I need some. And so I'm just going to tap it closed just a little bit. There you go. Now it's done. So that was my big lesson, not being a professional at that bead making business. So what I will tell you, because I know not everybody has a lot of bead making equipment, if you will. I found in my stash, I have probably 10 colors of this, I don't know what it's covered with, but it's just covered wire. And I have all these pretty colors. So I thought, let's try these, because this might be something you have around the house. You could even, get the wire out of, speaking of bread tabs, you could do bread ties. If you have pins like this, these are just the eye pins. You could use those, and I have some of those. I also have longer ones that are gold. There you go. So we're just going to try one of these by picking out some beads. So which one shall we do? Let's do this one. And I'm going to try to use some beads that I didn't use. I just used what I had. I had grabbed a few, and I did these. A lot of times I work on these little 15-minute projects when I am having my coffee in the morning and watching one of my favorite YouTubers. I have a hard time just sitting still and watching. So this makes me feel like I'm a little bit productive. Let's see, we got some powder blue. And I'm using a set of tweezers because when I do this myself, I don't usually. I just dig through it and stick some things on there. But to save you the frustration of having to watch me do this, this one I think is this one's a vintage one. This is a lavender. Whoa. Okay, hold on. Come on back. I don't want that one anyway. See, you weren't meant to be there. Let's just put this little tiny pink one on. And it just depends on what you want to do, how many you want to put on. Let's put one larger one on there. Well, no, let's put one smaller. That'll be cute. Do we have one that's a different color? We have a white one, but it's tiny. I need like a pair of glasses that's like magnifying to do this. Okay. One thing that and I'll show you in the next one real quick. This I put, my jump rings on. It just, to me, it's easier. And I forgot to show you that in advance. I like to do it first, but I didn't this time. That's okay. All you're going to do is once you get all of the beads that you want on there, I kind of just hold mine like that. I'm going to try to hold it down a little bit. And then I just go a little bit above where the last bead is, and I push it away from me. Okay, so now that is totally away. And then I'm going to just pop off the end because I don't need it to be that long. Now, I know I need to go back and watch Yvette's, but I know she makes these like really cute little swirly things. Mine are not that cute, but all I do is just take the end. Can you guys see that? And then bring it back towards me, and I kind of twist it. Like mine look too uniform when I do mine. Hers look more like cute and whimsical. And then just keep turning it. Maybe this one will turn out a little bit more funky. I don't know. Not really. This is why I say. And I don't know what her little trick is, but they just look better. Okay, there you have it. That's what it looks like. Ta-da. Okay. Let me show you another one from the beginning with the way that I do these in advance. So like if I'm going to make a bunch of these like I did all of these, I'll show you how I do them. So this is a larger jump ring. This is your eye pin. I have a larger jump ring, and then I have this tiny one. Okay. Instead of opening this one and opening this one, I know this one I'm going to have to put on the side of my tab or whatever I want to put it on. Well, actually, other way around. Instead of opening this one and this one's going to go on first. This one will go on second so that it will dangle longer. I think that's how I did it on all these. I don't know that there's a right or wrong way, but do you see that one's smaller than the other? Okay, so in order to do this, what I did, let's see if I can show you. Okay, hold this with the 2 pieces of pliers, because I'm only saying that to myself because I can't do it when I'm on camera. Okay, pull it apart. Put this on here. Where's my... And then put your pin on that. So everything is ready to roll. And then just close it up. So now you're only using one, you're only opening one of these, which makes it a whole lot easier than, and quicker. Okay? All right. Now let's put some beads on it. You know what I want to try? I bought these. Aren't these cute? And I have not used them. They're from Hobby Lobby. Let's see if I have any. Oh, I had some pretty... Hang on, I want to use these because I think they'll go cute, and I think we can make... I don't have a lot of beads, but... Hang on with me. I think some of these would be cute. In fact, we need some of these in our lives. We need to put some of these right in here. Maybe we'll do some more of these. And this is all I do. Like, I go through my... I have one more thing with beads in it, but most of them are all vintage beads. And then I just throw a few things in here. Okay, where's my... I like that orange. That's cute. Let's put another one of these on, and then we'll put... We got yellow. There, I only have green and blue. Let's see which one looks better on one of these. I'm thinking the green, right? It doesn't look perfect, but we can just make it and not put it on one of these too. That's super cute. Let's do another. Because you can always use these for something totally different. They don't have to go on these. Oh, come back. Okay. I'm just going to do, I like to do 5, but we're just doing 4. Okay. Push this away from you. Snip. Now, these are a lot longer. Let's go a little longer and see if I can make it pretty. I'm sure not. I've done enough of these that I'm, a girl's got to know her limitations, but we can try it. See, mine just get all jankety. And they look too uniform. Like, they don't, they're supposed to be like swirly. Mine just look like I rolled them. So Yvette, if you're watching, I'd take any tips. But for my purpose, they work. For now. Until I get the magic answer from Yvette. There you go. Cute, cute. Well, we got this stuff out. Let's make some more. How about we do one with this blue, and then let's try it with this wire. Let's see. Oh, here's the one I did. Now, see, that's jankety, and it looks cute. This is a lot easier to work with, too. Okay, so how did I do that? Oh, I first just made a couple spins of this and put my jump rings right on it. Ooh, you know what would be cute? Instead of a jump ring, let's do something bright and cheery, and let's do a, oh, we still need that little one. Or the big one, I mean. Maybe. Let's use the big one instead. We're going to put on a lobster claw because it's bright and fun. Okay, so once again, let me get up here. Make sure you guys can see it. Is it zoom? There we go. Turn it. Oh. There we go. Whew. Okay, this one's going to be easy because we're just going to slide this lobster claw on here, and we're going to slide the end of that on there, and then we're going to snap it back together so that side will be ready to put on something. All done. Now let's make it pretty. Okay, now that I'm making a few more of these, I'm like, okay, this isn't the worst. I am getting better. All right, what should we do? We got yellow, we got blue. I want to use this blue. Why don't we make one that's like a little bit bigger? Let's just put a bunch of beads on there. We can use it for something else. So you're kind of getting the 2 for 1 if you don't mind the, whoa, if you don't mind the Angela version of making these with you. Being the, oh my goodness, amateur version. Okay, do it with your fingers. That's ridiculous, girl. Okay, there's green and blue. I feel like I need like a, oh, there's a white one. There's one, and there's another green one. Let's start with white. Okay, and then add a couple more beads. I'm going to go with some of these bigger ones. Oh, actually, let's do a small one if I can find one first. trying to hold that up while I look through here. I should have just left those beads out instead of putting them away. What if we do this? These are one of those baby dangles or baby tassels. Put a tassel on there. Now let's put a bead. Let's put a red one on. This is going to be very fancy. And then maybe, do we have another tiny one? I'm sure you guys are all screaming at me going, there's one right there. I'm holding this here so we can look at it. We're going to use another one of those. I want a baby bead. We're just going to, for the sake of doing this, I think I'm just going to use like one of these pearls. Pick it up. Let's see, sometimes if I turn this, I can see. They get caught kind of in that little crevice. Okay. How about we do another one of these? I have no idea where I got these little tiny, I'm pretty sure it was online. I think we want green. But where, I don't know. And I remember thinking to myself, these were not what I intended to get. I thought they were going to be bigger tassels, but I like them. Let's just put another tassel. Do we have one more tassel? Not really the right colors. I don't want another yellow. And all right, we're just going to go with this. I'm going to add one more baby tiny bead. Just so that little... All right, that's pretty fat. But super festive. Okay. And then this, we're just going to... Whoops. And I'm going to do this one really big. See if we... See if I can make it fun. See, this is so much easier to work with. That it, like I can even double it up. Look at that. It looks like a little leaf. See, I like that. So those are really easy to work with. Super, super easy and cute. So let's go ahead and add some of these. I think you guys kind of got the hang of it. If you want, I can do some more at another time. But I think I'm going to work on some of these and nope. That one's cute. All right, this one, remember, we made together, and I never added the jump ring. So I'm just gonna, I think I'm just gonna try to add one on this one. So let's see what it looks like. Okay, let me get this up here. Twist it, open, slide that on. Slide that on. Close it up. Done. All right, friends. Well, that is all there is to it for our 15-minute ephemera. I am going to finish these up, get all of the dangles taken care of, and then I'm going to go get ready. I'm actually ready. I am going to start dyeing some eggs, and I hope you tune in tomorrow so that you can watch along with me. Until next time, as always, friends, thank you for being a part of the channel. Thank you for your support, and remember to take time to just be. Cheers.